What up, what up? It's your girl, Erica Michelle, and you're listening to my World on Fire radio podcast. I'm an oil-filled wife, mom, Christian, and full-time motivator. I've helped hundreds of women design a life they love, and now I'm here to help you too. I'm an online freelance speaker motivating women across the nation to better health, better marriage, and overall better life. I'm going to show you how to design a life you are excited to wake up to and thrive in every single day. So get ready for legit online motivation with applicable steps you can apply starting right now. Welcome to your new go-to resource for women serious about taking control of their health, wealth, and life. What up, what up, what up, Fired Up Monday? I'm excited. I've got a super special guest, y'all. This one just absolutely melts my heart. And I'm just super excited to have her on here with you guys and introduce y'all to Sweetie Petey, hashtag wheelchair diva, and my personal favorite because I named her when I was pregnant with her, Nala. I have my daughter on with me today, and I want to talk about this life without limits. Nala has a very special story. Okay, when I was pregnant with Nala, we were told that she stood no chances of surviving 5 minutes outside of the womb. Nala was born with a rare bone condition, a rare genetic condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, also known as brittle bone disease. She was born with multiple bones in her body broken, almost every single bone in her body broken. And we just weren't clear, like, what was going to happen with her. She spent 3.5 months in the NICU. We weren't sure if we were ever going to get to come home. There's so much to this story, and I'm going to try to capture some of it without the emotions, as difficult as that is for a mom, without the emotions, and just really just talk about a life without limits. Because if anybody had any reason to have limitations on their life, it would be my little Sweetie Petey.
Hey! What up, what up? How y'all doing?
How are you doing?
Good.
How old are you?
11.
11 years old. And what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a writer.
Why do you want to be a writer?
Because I'm really good at it. It's my dream, and I love to write.
Did you ever think about being maybe a motivational speaker?
Yes, but I figured that if I write, I can do both, but do motivational speaking in my writing.
Oh, that's really smart. That's really, really smart. And do you know why I wanted to have you on today?
I'm going to take a wild guess.
Uh-huh.
Because you're talking about life without limits, and I'm one that has life with some limits. Mm-hmm.
But do you let that hold you back?
No.
You don't, do you?
No.
So what would you say to the person who feels like they can't achieve something because of a certain circumstance in their life?
I would say that if you let something hold you back, then you can never go and really live your life if you let just one thing hold you back, because then you wouldn't. One thing can change anything.
One thing can change anything? What have you been able to do in spite of your challenges?
I've been able to play sport. I've been able to earn money, and I've been able to stand up for myself whenever my brothers are not being very...
When they're being crazy?
Yes. I've been able to say, stop, if you do this, I'm going to go tell. Mm-hmm. And it makes them mad, and those times I do not care. I'd rather them be mad at me and not speak to me than be hurt.
I know that's right. Have you been able to travel?
Oh, yeah. I love traveling.
Where all have you been able to go?
I've been able to go to Mexico,
yeah,
Delaware,
yeah,
Nebraska, Chicago, Florida, and Oklahoma.
You remember all those just right off the bat,
yeah.
Huh? That's so super cool.
They were really fun.
Right?
So it's easy to remember the fun times.
So can you tell me in your own words about your condition?
My condition is like she said, a rare bone condition where my bones break very easily. I can break a bone sneezing or hiccuping if I do it too much or too hard. And it is challenging. We choose to travel because of my condition and what we need to do for me to stay in workable condition. We've had to go places for appointments and stuff, and I will say It's not all fun and games in the car when we're watching TV and going places. Or when we're at the hospital waiting. You're kind of nervous about what the doctor's going to say. And I can say that it's definitely not all fun and games when you're traveling. It means serious. Like when you're working, you have to travel. That's serious, not all fun and games. That's how it is with me when we're traveling for appointments.
For your surgeries
Yes.
and stuff. So what would you say to any kids out there who may be having to go in for surgery themselves? Maybe they have to get their tonsils removed, or they have to get their teeth taken out, or maybe they broke a bone and they have to get surgery for it to get reset by the orthopedic surgeon. Like, what would you say to another kid who's super scared about going in for a surgery or a medical procedure?
I would say a few things. One, never give up. As much as you can be scared, God is always with you. If you are in His hands and you have His hand in protection,
you're going to be okay.
Yes, I wouldn't say you shouldn't be scared. It's okay to be scared. I would say you wouldn't need to be super duper scared. You can be scared, but just don't worry too much because God is always with you.
Amen and hallelujah. Give me a high five. Where'd you learn that from?
Church.
I know that's right. One of the things at your last surgery that you did that the doctors told us about after your surgery, because of course they go and wheel you back, right? And so once you're back there, we don't know what y'all talk about or anything. And so one of the things that the doctor said when she came back out to let us know that you were all, you were doing well, so on and so forth, she said that you asked if everybody would pray with you.
Yes.
And I thought that was so incredibly sweet. And it really helped you, right? It really helped you.
It helped because my nerves, I know it's weird to talk about nerves because of the science behind it, but my nerves were just
all over the place.
Yes. You
were just really scared.
Yes. And so I knew that praying would help, and the surgeon wasn't back there yet. So I asked, while we wait on the surgeon, can we pray?
And they all prayed with you, right? Yes. They all let you pray and they prayed with you.
That he would help them. I said, I know they can do it, but I asked that you help them to be sure that the surgery goes well, and that when I come out that I can be better, and that I was really thirsty and I couldn't have anything to drink, so I prayed that he would just give me an imaginary glass of milk to help. I was really thirsty.
I know, because you couldn't eat or drink before your surgery, so you were probably really hungry and thirsty. Yeah. I think it's so incredible. In your life, when we were pregnant with you, Daddy and I used to always pray for your life to be a testament of God's love and mercy. And I think that's what your life is. So to the person out there today who feels like they have limitations in their life, I want to encourage you to not allow yourself to have a victim mentality or a victim mindset. One of the things that my husband and I absolutely refused to do was allow our daughter to become a victim of her circumstances. Now, one little piece that we've left off about your condition is because you have brittle bones, you are also what?
Tiny.
Yep. You're also a little person.
Yes.
Right? So Nala is 11 and you're actually only about 2'8" maybe.
I like it.
Yeah, I think you're like just a little less than 3 feet tall. And while Nala has challenges and gets frustrated at being tiny or smaller than her friends, smaller than her average size friends, we deal with those situations in a completely, I guess I would say unorthodox way. But we explain to her that God made her very special for a very special reason. And while we may not know what that reason is yet and right now, her life is going to show her what her purpose is and why God decided to put her in this super duper adorable tiny little package. And what do we tell you? What comes in tiny packages?
Great things.
Great things come in tiny packages, right?
One of them being able to be impossible at fighting and hide and seek.
Right? Because you can hide in places like the regular size kids can't hide, right?
Yeah, I can hide in places they wouldn't even think of. Like tiny little bins. I used to hide in this chest. It was like this little, it looked like a pirate chest and it had a little hole. I would just get in it, I would peek out. I would just laugh silently. I would just go, they are completely missing me. I'm right here.
One of the things I absolutely love about you still being so little is I still get to hold you like my little koala bear.
Yeah.
I love it.
Whenever I got out of one of my surgeries, I would ask if my mom would hold me, and she would say yes, and then the pain would just go away.
I know, because there's nothing like having your mama when you're in pain, right? I know. We actually have one of Nala's friends here with us.
Hello.
And if she's not too shy, I would love to ask her, Nala's friend is an average size human being, right? She's like every other 10-year-old. She's like every other 10-year-old. And she's super tall. But can I ask you, just out of curiosity, having a friend like Nala, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot to me to have a friend like Nala because she's always there for me. Like, if someone's mean to me and stuff like that, she's always there to help me and stuff. And she's always funny and she likes to play around a lot, and it means a lot to me.
I think it's incredible. And what's amazing about having, and I think this is important in our society for our children, teach them to love people with differences. Nala has been blessed to have some really incredible people in her life that they don't see her for her differences. They don't see her as a little person. They don't see her as, now they're careful with her because they know they could break her, but they don't see her as, they see her like any other kid. And I think it's important in today's times, especially with some of the things that are circulating, with some of the things going on in our especially abled community, you know, people being harassed or made fun of. And fortunately, Nala is positioned and surrounded by other kids who do not bully her. They don't treat her mean. They don't do any of these things. So let me ask you, Emery, how did you know how to be around another little girl that's not necessarily like you, that has differences? Like, how did you know not to make fun of her, not to pick on her, not to be mean to her? Was that something that your parents taught you, or is that just something you just knew she was somebody you liked and you just wanted to be her friend?
How I knew that she wasn't like a normal human being is because that she had a wheelchair the first time that I saw her, and I thought, oh, she probably has disabled legs that she can't really use, and she has to crawl. And my sister just introduced me to her, so I just became her friend, and we hung out a lot, and we just bonded.
And y'all are like BFFs now. And I just want to say, Emery, to you and to the rest of your family, should they tune in and listen to this, which once I tell your mama you're on here, I'm sure she will. Thank y'all so much for being that friend and family to her, because y'all have welcomed her, y'all have loved her, and y'all have not cared at all that she was in a wheelchair, that she was a little person. Like, you just didn't treat her any differently. Y'all have treated her just like she's one of the family. And I really, really appreciate that, because a lot of people in the specially abled communities, they don't have that. They don't have that environment where other people treat them with respect and with kindness and love them just as they are. So thank you so much for being that friend to her.
You're welcome.
I really, really appreciate that. Nala, you are like justbomb.com. Like, do you want to talk a little bit about what you got to do last year as the Texas representative of...
Oh, yeah. So last year I'm in a pageant called Texas Miss Amazing, and it's actually really fun. Well, last year I went to the pageant and I got nominated to go to Chicago, and so we went on a shopping spree to get some beautiful outfits for all the events that we were having. And I got to go to Chicago and go to the Nationals and have fun and meet some new differing ability kids, and we all bonded. I made friends, and we just had fun, and we got to take an incredible picture on like this boat in our spare time, and
we got to watch the fireworks out on the water.
Yeah, we got to watch fireworks out of the water. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you were you won for Texas Miss Amazing. Yes. So you won state, and you got to go to nationals. And national, you won first runner up. So you basically got second place for National Miss Amazing, which was an incredible experience. If you guys have not heard, Miss Amazing is for women and children with differing abilities, and just, it's an opportunity for them to shine and just really celebrate who they are and what makes them so special in their differences. And here's the message that I want to leave you guys with this week. What I want to give you is hope. Okay, I have my daughter on here who the doctors literally said would not survive 5 minutes outside of the womb. They had zero expectation for her to have life after birth. Literally had zero expectation.
And yet, here I am talking and playing and
living your best life.
Oh, yeah.
Despite all of life's challenges, you too can rise up, my friends. It's all about how you think of things, how you position yourself, and what you do with the challenges that you are faced with, and how you work to overcome those challenges literally paves the way for those that come behind you. And what I hope Nala's life will show, and what this message has shared with you guys, is regardless of whatever you're facing right now, regardless of whatever you're facing right now, you can conquer. You can conquer. And if you have a mindset of what you are able to do and not focus on what you're unable to do, you will conquer. Just like Nala is conquering her life and going on to pursue her goals, because there isn't anything stopping her. God said, I give you life. You have purpose, and we're going to share it with the world. Thank you so much for being my special guest today. I truly appreciate it, Nala.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure being on here with you.
I love you. And thank you so much, Emery, for being guest runner-up. We had so much fun. A little bit of girl time, mothers, daughters. Listen, teach your children how to overcome even when the odds are stacked against them. Teach your children how to overcome even when the odds are stacked against them. Y'all, this is my message of hope today for life without limits, and I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week. Thanks for tuning in to another free episode of World on Fire. Now don't forget to subscribe to the show wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. And while you're there, it would knock my socks off if you would leave a review if this episode served you. I promise to read each and every comment, and if you share with me on Instagram, I'll share it too. See you on the flip side.